Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bunny and in this video I'm going to be doing some watercolor miniatures. Not only will I be explaining to you guys the materials that I'm using for these watercolor miniatures, but I'm also going to be talking about the benefits of creating miniatures. Make sure to check out at the very end of the video when you see the final results of these miniature watercolors, and also these watercolors are available on my Etsy shop as sort of a little collector item. They're going to be put for a low price, so get them while they're hot. One of my favorite things to do apart from sketching in my sketchbook is actually to create these little miniature postcard size paintings. The reason why is that I believe it's actually really great practice for myself, and also you can create some really cute things with it. The paper that I like to use for these miniature paintings is actually postcard paper, and this size is A6, and I can buy a block of about 40 pages at my local art store, which is in Berlin, Bösner. So some of you guys are probably familiar with this if you're living in Germany. I'm not sure if it's available in any other countries in Europe, possibly, I just don't know. But this postcard paper is found at this art store. And it's a super great format to just practice these miniatures in because not only is it watercolor paper, but it's also hot pressed, which means that there's little to no texture on the actual paper, sort of like compared to cold pressed paper, which has a sort of rough and rugged texture that is kind of stereotypical for watercolor paper. And I really like to use hot pressed version of the watercolor paper rather than cold press, just because I do work with mixed media. So I do use a lot of pencil crayons and pencils like Polychromos and Luminance pencils, and I really need a smooth paper where the pencil can glide on without any sort of textures getting into the way. Now, the number one reason why I really like drawing on postcard format paper is because it allows me to practice my skills. Basically, drawing on a smaller format allows me to try different colors, different techniques, different concepts while working much faster. Instead of working on a larger scale watercolor sheet, I am working on a smaller scale. And I can get much more done, and I can create really cute little pieces of art, which is something that I really like to have, and have the sort of finished product without wasting too much time and too much product, and just allowing me to explore a little bit more and creating more art rather than having a giant piece of, I don't know, one watercolor painting, which might have taken a lot of materials and a lot of my time, and in the end I might not even like it. So drawing on miniature paper basically just allows me to explore on a much quicker pace, and also allow me to explore without using too much of my expensive materials. The number one product that I'm using, however, is watercolor paint, and I'm using a mixture of Schmincke Watercolors, which is a German brand, and the St. Petersburg watercolors. Now, I'm actually mixing both of these up together to create different colors, different tones, and just kind of, yeah, creating the overall portrait with these two brands. I have been a super fangirl of Schmincke for the longest time, and being in Germany, I'm so fortunate to be able to live in a country where I can get them, and I think for a cheaper price as well. Now, the St. Petersburg watercolors is something that's been gifted to me, and I am so in love with these. They have really beautiful tones and colors, and it's just really, really fantastic. And together with the Schmincke, they work so perfectly where I'm able to create really soft diluted tones, such as the pink you're seeing in the background, the sort of purplish pink, I should say, and maybe a little bit of her skin color in her face and the bows, and a lot of it is a mixture of both. So yeah, I think I would definitely urge you guys, if you're looking into getting into watercolor, to just not be afraid of mixing colors together to achieve a different tone. Apart from the watercolors, I'm using a lot of pencils. I typically use my Faber-Castell Polychromos, and that's just something that I've always used for the skin, and I use a couple colors such as cinnamon and the light flesh color, and sometimes the actual white pencil. And I typically mix this in a lot with the skin tones, and if I'm working with shadows, I'm then working with a walnut brown color or an indigo blue, and sometimes even just the warm gray colors and a black. And these are sort of my go-to colors that I use for skin tones. And also lately I've been combining them with the Caran Luminance pencils, which are amazing. I was gifted a box of them for my birthday on October 3rd, and I've been using them so much for the skin tones. You're gonna see me in both of these portraits just using the Luminance pencils, and I'm using all kinds of colors, a lot of pinks, a lot of purples, a lot of, sometimes a bit of oranges and some browns, and I'm really trying to mix some colors in together, especially in the shadows of the face, to try to give a more larger emphasis to sort of, yeah, the shadowy areas. As of late, I've been working with a lot of glittery sort of effects, and I've been trying to find ways to incorporate them a lot more into my artwork, because not only do I want it to be a nice watercolor portrait, but I also want to have some nice effects to it, whether it's a metallic shine or a sort of glimmery metallic shine or just glitter. I've been trying to find some really cool products. One of the products that I always talk about is actually the Nuvo Embellishment Mousse, which is from Tonic Studios, and I've been using this sort of product in a lot of my sketches in my sketchbook and also in my final pieces. So I've just been trying to find ways to add a sort of texture or a metallic glimmery effect to certain things. So in these portraits, I've been using it for the leaves in the background, also for the crown, and for this one in particular, the one that you're seeing now, I actually used it for the entire background. I actually had no plan. I didn't know what I was doing, so I just went ahead and just did it. I colored in the entire background with the metallic, I think it's like a bronze color, to try to mimic an old vintage sort of looking frame. And then I went on top with Faber-Castell Polychromos to kind of make some like eccentric designs on top of it. I'm not sure if it really turned out the way I wanted it to, but yeah, this is what I think is a really cool bonus if you're working on these miniatures, is to like try new things and try new textures and just go ahead and go for it, because you're working on a smaller format. So even if you screw up, it's really not that big deal, you know, not that big of a loss. You didn't lose so much paper or expensive paper, or didn't use so much material. So go ahead, give it a try. And that's exactly what I did for this portrait. As always, all of the materials that I'm using will be listed in the video description below. If you guys are curious and want to check out what sort of things that I use on a daily basis, it's all going to be in the video description as always. As a side note, a little bit of some good news for you guys. I will be participating in this upcoming theme for the YouTube Artist Collective, which is Grimm fairy tales, and this is like totally my thing. I absolutely love the fairy tales from the Grimm brothers, and I wanted to participate so bad. I was actually going to participate as just like a fan of the collective and just participate as a side thing and post the video on November 3rd, but actually I was asked to be as part of a guest for this theme. So I'll be sort of an official guest for the YouTube Artist Collective. So if you guys don't know what this is, do go check it out. I've added the link down below to the Facebook page of what the YouTube Artist Collective is. And yeah, I'm just so excited to participate. I've been wanting to be part of a sort of art community for a while, and I really hope that it's gonna be a good experience for me. So I just really can't wait to post the final painting of what sort of fairy tale I'll be drawing on November 3rd. So stay tuned for that. November 3rd is the big date. And of course, the final painting for this Grimm fairy tale theme will be available on my Etsy shop. So I have to make sure that I do really well, and actually I'm quite nervous for it. So yeah, once again, stay tuned for November 3rd. Before I leave you with the final goodbye, I just want to throw it in there quite quickly, and it's so random, it's unrelated to art, it's just sort of really good news. My two rabbits, Oliver and Mia, have officially bonded, which means they're best friends and they're together in one cage and basically not leaving each other's sides. And it took a couple months to get there, but they've gotten there, and I could not be any happier because they're like a cute little bunny couple and they're totally adorable. So I just had to throw it out there because it's bonding bunnies is always some fun work, and you just need a lot of patience. So we've gotten there and everything's all good. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope you guys give miniatures a chance and have some fun with it. And yeah, I'd like to just say thank you guys so much for watching, and do subscribe for more art videos. I do appreciate all of your support, and especially on Instagram and Facebook. You guys have been totally awesome and really motivating me to continue on with my art journey. I'd like to wish you all a fantastic, wonderful, sunny day wherever you are in the world. Keep being awesome, keep drawing, keep pushing through all of your art struggles, and I wish you guys all the best. Have a great day, and bye!
Never look back again.